going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So the rumor mill is still spinning. It's still spinning in regards to Showtime pulling the plug on boxing because, you know, they've been bought out by Paramount Plus. But I don't want to go into details as far as, you know, that. But I want to touch on why this is happening. You know, why is boxing falling apart from network to network? You know, first it was HBO, right? We lost HBO, and now it's Showtime. We lost Showbox. Well, it all stemmed from, you know, Floyd Mayweather is the number one culprit on why boxing is in the state that it was. Now, granted, let me say this. Boxing was already going downhill before Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd accelerated it, right? If I could use a parable or a comparison, Floyd Mayweather was like the Willie Lynch of boxing. And if you guys know who Willie Lynch is and what he did, then I don't want to go into detail. If you don't know who Willie Lynch is, then look him up. Floyd, what he did was he implemented some practices that would basically deteriorate boxing over the years, over a lifetime. You say, well, Chuck, what do you mean by that? What did Floyd do to cause boxing to go downhill? Well, first, Floyd was pretty boy. That's the Floyd that was fighting everybody and, you know, taking on all the hard challenges, fighting the best, beating the best, not worried about his O. And then he becomes Money Mayweather. He gets that big payday with Oscar De La Hoya, and his character, it shifts. Now he's, you know, undefeated. He's talking about his O. And when they ask him to fight certain opponents, he says, who? That guy with 5-6 losses? He starts talking about paydays. Oh, this is your biggest payday. This is, you know, this is the biggest fight you ever had. I bring in the most revenue. I'm the A side, you the B side. You know, Floyd started all that talk. So what happened was the up-and-coming fighters, they seen that Floyd was, you know, making all this money, putting on all these Super Bowl events, fighting on Cinco de Mayo and all the Hispanic holidays, you know, getting that big hockey bag of money and talking trash, you know, making 400, 500 million and fighting in 36 minutes. So those up-and-coming fighters, they seen that. And they said, you know what? I want to be like that. I want to get that kind of money. I want to be a prize fighter. You know, belts don't mean nothing. I want the money. I want the check. You know, I want to fight guys who's going to bring in the money. So then we stopped getting, that's when the competition started dying off. That's when people was like, you know what, I'm going to protect my O. Why fight this guy when I can go fight this guy over here? You know what I'm saying? Build my, you know, inflate my resume, keep my O, and just fight pay-per-view fights only. Because I want to be like Floyd Mayweather. Well, Floyd got into it with, this was the beginning of the end for HBO. After Floyd fought, I want to say it was Victor Ortiz. And Victor Ortiz did the headbutt. At the end of the fight, Larry Merchant and Floyd Mayweather, they got into it. Floyd said, you don't know nothing about boxing. You know, you don't know nothing about boxing. HBO need to fire you. Then, I want to say it was either Floyd fought one more time. You got to forgive me if I'm getting my dates mixed up. It's been a while. I want to say Floyd either fought one more time on HBO, and he ended up apologizing to Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant on TV, gave him hugs and all that other stuff, said he was sorry about what happened, and that, you know, he appreciated them, they do a good job, blah, 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 blah. Floyd pulled a Judas on them that night. He gave him a kiss. He kissed him, then he betrayed him, right? Because he ended up leaving HBO. Then he went to Showtime and said, Showtime is the best network. Showtime is my home. Showtime is my family. And all the fighters followed suit. They all followed Floyd Mayweather because he was the cash cow. And if he's fighting on Showtime, everybody else wants to fight on Showtime. So that eventually killed off HBO. So now you got all these fighters who's using the... Wait a minute. So now let's keep going. So Floyd, not only is he displaying these tactics and these guys is learning from them, Floyd is also teamed up with Al Heyman. So even the guys who do want to fight the best guys, they're not allowed to, because Floyd and him is going to manipulate, these guys' career to make big fights. Meanwhile, every fight's on pay-per-view, even the trash fights. Nothing's on regular TV. You got to pay for everything. Then when you do get a good matchup, it's either 5-6 years too late, because they want to maximize the profit. And then when you pay for it, you get a dud. So Floyd did that. So then you didn't get the Thurman and Spence. You didn't get the Crawford and the Spences when you wanted them. You didn't get the Pacquiao. I mean, it was a lot of fights that just did not happen when they should have happened, because everybody's protecting their own. Everybody wants the big cash payday like Floyd. So then Floyd, he does another thing. He starts fighting guys in exhibitions. He gave birth to the Logan Pauls. He gave birth to the Jake Pauls and the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones exhibition. Now people don't even care to watch the boxers. They rather watch YouTubers fighting. The YouTubers is making more money than the boxers. So he did a lot of damage unknowingly. Now, it's not his fault. He didn't know that what he was doing was going to be detrimental to the sport. He was just looking out for his own pockets. But what he did was damaging. Now Showtime is hanging on by a thread. Well, they're not hanging on by a thread because they're pulling the plug on it. So it's unfortunate, because a lot of those... Boxing is going to take a big hit. Boxing is going to take a big hit without Showtime. I don't know too many people now. I'm not saying everybody. I don't know too many people that got DAZN or ESPN Plus. But when you got big networks like Showtime and HBO, and you got, those networks was displaying like ShowBox, the new generation. They was giving you access to the up-and-coming fighters before they got to pay-per-view. You was able to build the boxing up, build the anticipation up, build, fanship. Just like other sports, you were able to watch basketball when you want to, NFL when you want to. That way you can pick a team that you like. When you can't, if you ask somebody in the store, name the top 5 boxers right now, they probably couldn't name them. They probably couldn't name them. They probably still bring up Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, because these fighters aren't being displayed. They're not being promoted. And it's all about the big money. It's all about the big payday. That's all it's about now. Nobody wants to fight the best and just fight on TV to get exposure. Everybody wants to get the biggest payday. Look at Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman ain't fought in two years, and he wants to fight Terrence Crawford for a big payday. He don't want to fight Boots or not. And if he do fight Boots, it's got to be for a payday. But it can't just be on regular TV. These guys need Terrence Crawford. He wants the big payday, the big Canelo payday. It's crazy. Then you get the fights like Jermell Charlo and Canelo, and it's a big payday and it's a dud. That kills the sport. So, I don't know, guys. It's sad to see boxing go, because we love boxing so much, but the fighters and the promoters, they did it. They did this. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Is it too late? I think it's too late for boxing. I don't see what they can do that can turn it around. I don't see, unless they had like a network where these guys fought and they had a schedule where the guys had to fight, each other, and then maybe they reset their records at the end of the year. Every year you start off undefeated. And you see where you at the end of the year, kind of like NFL or NBA. Your record 0-0 when the season start out. When boxing season start, you go back to undefeated. That way can't nobody say, try to milk their record. That's what they should do. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. I'm out.